Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Nasty Addiction Garage. My name is Jeremy. This is our 92 Toyota MR2. So next on the list is actually buttoning up everything on the motor before we put in the subframe. So where we last left off, we kind of adjusted the subframe. We put in the motor mount insert. We put in all the sway bar bushings and all that other stuff. Made it look real nice and pretty. But now we got to get down to the nitty gritty, guys. Basically, I gotta put on the alternator, I gotta put on the starter, I gotta put on all the brackets underneath. I also gotta set up the shifter cables along with the clutch stainless steel line. So we got quite a few different things to do today, guys. So let's just get to it. Let me show you. I did a little bit of work off camera just to kind of see, nothing crazy. I just aligned the bracket for the alternator, but I'm gonna show you guys where we're at so far, and we'll go from there. So let's go. Alright guys, so this is what I was talking about aligning the bracket. So this is the alternator bracket. Let me see if I can get some light in here. This is the alternator bracket. 2 bolts on top, 1 bolt on the bottom. I'm not sure this bolt is gonna fit. Yeah, this is a broken sensor, that guy there. The motor tipped on me one day and it just kind of tilted back and kind of hit the wall. And it just snapped, so I gotta replace that. But anyway, back to the bracket. So let's get this alternator on. I got everything on to the side here. I got the basically the starter, the alternator, original Denso alternator that was on the I was gonna say 5th gen 5S. The bracket for the front motor mount. I have the pins or the brackets for the cable lines, alternator bracket bolts. Firewall mount bolt for that thing there. This is the starter that came with the 5S, so let's hopefully this works. If not, I'm gonna have to go out and buy another one, but we'll see how that works. So let's get to it, guys. Alright, the alternator bracket is in and looking good, as you can see. 2 bolts on top, 1 on the bottom. They all fit very well. That center bolt doesn't reach, but what I'm going to do is just leave these 2. This is more than enough. This moves the whole motor if I hold on to it and move it around. So that should be good for now. 3 contact points should be enough. So then now we're going to move on to putting in the alternator. Alright guys, so alternator is in and locked down. Not fully locked all the way because I'm going to need to adjust it once I install the harmonic balancer, but it's looking good. I got all the plugs here. Everything looks like it fits and has enough room, so that's going to be good. I got the adjuster bolt or screw up in. I don't know if you could tell. I got the adjuster screw in there. That's also not bolted in completely all the way, just so then there's no issues. But as you can see, it moves. I got it in place though, so at least it's there. But as of right now, we're gonna move on to the next thing. Alright guys, next on the list is actually installing the starter. So I'm just gonna finesse it in there really quick. The starter looks like it works. This comes out, it's not stuck. So far so good, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to finesse it in from up top and try to plug everything up once I have it installed into the transmission. So let's get to it. Alright guys, as you've seen, I put in the starter. Starter's all nicely bolted up and plugged up. There are a couple things that I don't have homes for, which is this here. I really don't know where it goes. It's connected to all the wires that are connected to the alternator, or I mean the starter. So I'm not sure exactly where this goes. If you guys know where this goes, please comment below and let me know where this thing lives, because I honestly don't know. I got a couple other things that don't have homes too, like those two hoses down here. Let's see. These two, I don't know where they go. I don't remember where I pulled them off from. If you guys know what or where these go, let me know. These are attached to the radiator line or the water lines. That one right there goes all the way back this way, and it attaches to them too. So if you guys know, please just leave a comment on the bottom, and we'll get to it, and I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, guys? So now let's move on to the next thing. All right, guys. Next on the list is time to install the basically where the clutch line sits, all that other fun stuff. It's gonna sit up here. Slave cylinder, and then lastly would be the motor mount that attaches to the or the motor mount bracket that attaches to the motor mount itself. So let's get to it, guys. Alright, guys, I removed the motor mount to give me a little bit more room here to kind of work with. So that was the rear motor mount that I removed, but here goes, let me see. This is where the rear motor mount bracket is going to go. Right above that, on those two holes, that's where the clutch slave cylinder is going to go, and all that other stuff. So let's get to it, guys, and let's get this thing on. Alright, guys, so this is what I've done so far. So I attached the actual shifter cable bracket, bolted it up from up top where it belongs. Right here is where the motor mount bracket goes, and from the bracket it attaches to the firewall itself. But I haven't put the bracket in. We have here the braided stainless steel clutch line. One thing that I did notice is that the powder coater forgot to remove the nipple here. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna try to break it free somehow, and hopefully it still works. But if not, I'm gonna have to buy another nipple for that and go from there, so then I can bleed the clutch line itself. But right here, what I'm gonna do is remove this little clip. After removing the clip, hopefully this whole thing kind of just drops. Could replace the clip, remove the actual clutch line here, and then we'll attach the new one. So it ideally would go like this. Maybe not like that, maybe like this. And then that would attach into here, and we call it a day. So let's get to that, guys. And again, sorry for the wobbly camera and everything. Like it's just not a good angle to be recording here. But also thanks to Bob Pram. Or Bob Pham, he helped me on finding out what that goes to. So that doesn't go to anything. What we're going to be doing with that is capping that. I just ordered the caps, so in the meantime I'm just going to kind of have to wait. But I'll put some sealant around it and then throw the cap on top of it, so then it doesn't go anywhere. So ideally, thank you Bob, for all the help. And now let's get back to this. Alright, guys, I'm going to kind of show you what I did. I just added the bracket, put both bolts in, lined it up really well. So I also have the motor mount right here. So what we're going to do is just kind of slide the motor mount in, and after we slide it in, try to arrange the bolt to meet up on the other side of this bracket and go from there. So let's try to get this done in a timely fashion. It's just very small spacing under here, as you guys can tell, but let's get this done. Alright, guys, got the motor mount in place, everything's bolted up nicely. What I'm going to do next is actually start working on the clutch line. So what I'm going to do here is remove this clip here. I'm also going to remove this old line itself, replace it with this braided steel line, and kind of put it in the same sequence. So it's going to go something like this. Obviously attach it with the clip. The clip is going to go around this part once it's fits directly into there. If you guys kind of see what I'm doing, yeah, I could just kind of slide it back in there and reattach the hard line to the actual clutch line itself. So hopefully that works and it doesn't take too much time. I'm going to try to record it. No promises, just because it's going to be so hard for me to try to record and do this, but I'll try my best. Alright, guys, I was able to get the clutch line off. Came off pretty good. Kind of used a vice grip to hold on to the actual old line, and then used a 12 millimeter to go around the actual neck of the hard line. So finally got it out. So now next step is to attach the new one. The new one's gonna go directly onto there. I was able to remove the clip that actually was attached to this. Basically it was kind of just like whoop, just like that. I'm gonna remove that. There's another clip on here, if you could tell, that little U-clip, I guess, this thing right here. I'm gonna remove that, put it on the bottom base of this one right here, and then we'll go from there, because then at that point it should attach perfectly fine. Okay, so let's get it done. Alright guys, finally installed the clutch line. It's in its proper place, nicely tightened, everything looks good. So that part we're done with. I am so happy that we're done with that part, because it is a bitch to try to do when you're under the car and you don't have like a lift or something like that. A lift, this thing would be great and it would be easy, but without one it is truly a bitch. But anyway, now we're gonna move on to the next thing. Hey guys, now I'm going to install the harmonic balancer. I know I should have did this long time ago before I put the motor in, but I totally bypassed and forgot about it. But I'm going to install it now. It's going to go right in here, so hopefully there's not too much of an issue trying to get it in there, but let's do it. So as you've seen in the video, quite frankly, the harmonic balancer does not fit in between that spot right there to be able to install it. So what I'm going to do is I just kind of jacked up the motor a little bit. I'm going to start removing those two bolts right up here, just enough to then allow the motor to have a slight tilt. Then at that point it would be okay. So then I can actually try to slide the harmonic balancer in there, and then go ahead and bolt it up together, so then it can press in and go from there. So let's try it. Alright guys, as you see, I had to unhinge the top motor mount right there completely, so then I can fit the harmonic balancer in. I don't recommend not putting the harmonic balancer prior to putting the motor in, so make sure you put the harmonic balancer on. I'm learning the hard way here guys, but it's working, so I'm not too worried about it. So let's get to it. After a few good hits, finally got it in nice and tight on there. So all I have to do now is bolt that in. Just have to kind of wipe this down a little bit, but it's looking good. That's going to be in, and then I'll attach the belt that goes from there to there to help run it, and we'll go from there guys. Alright guys, so everything is bolted up as it should be. The only thing that I'm missing to bolt up is the adjustment bolt up there. The only reason why I'm not doing that just yet is because I have to go replace the belt. This belt came with the 5S, and as you can see, it's horribly cracked. It's not at all good. Like, I literally can bend this and check this out. So this thing looks disgusting. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna reorder this belt. I'm gonna see if the local parts store has it, or I'll just order it from Toyota if it's still available. So basically, It's this belt. Here goes the parts number, or the belt number, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. This is probably coming to the end of our episode. We did do a lot of things, guys. We attached the clutch line here. We attached the motor mount. We attached this whole assembly here. It's gonna be cool because what's gonna happen is we're that much closer. We're that much closer, guys, to putting this thing together and on the floor. Next couple mods we're probably gonna do, as far as the motor goes, we're going to modify the fuel line. I already made my measurement here. What I did was over measure the distance from the fuel rail to the actual fuel filter. So that's going to get cut on our next episode. We are going to put the shifter cables on, and we're gonna set everything up to the point where all we have to do is put the subframe and go from there. So everybody, this is going to conclude today's episode. Thank you for watching. I first and foremost want to thank all my subscribers. Thank you again, guys, for watching this all the way through. We're almost there, guys. I'm super excited because we are literally almost there. Once it gets down to the floor, we can start putting liquids in. We'll do our clutch fluid, our radiator fluid. We got so many different things still to do, though. So catch us on the next episode, guys. I want to tell you guys thank you for everything. Kind of a side note, I want everybody to be very careful out there. This COVID-19 coronavirus thing is all out there. You know, they're putting Chicago on lockdown for a little bit. But please, guys, stay safe. You know, just do your thing. If you guys are in one of those states that are locked in, you guys just lock it in. Take the time out. Enjoy the time that you do have. Enjoy it with family if you can. But remember, guys, this is Nasty Addiction, and we build differently.